What's going on, good people? How's everybody today? Hope all is great. That's how it is in my world. It's great. Okay, today's video. Got a banger for y'all today. Co-parenting with a narcissist. Anybody in here who's doing it, you already know the craziness that comes with it. Again, I'd like everybody to subscribe. If you're not a subscriber, hit that button. And everybody, especially you guys who have experience with this, please go in the comments and help people. Please go in there and let them know what this is. So if you're co-parenting with a narc, then you already know that your child is being used against you in every way possible. They're being, and the narcissist uses the children to triangulate as well. Definitely going to triangulate. They're going to treat the children, if it's more than one child, they're going to treat those children differently. They're not really going to love either of any of the children anyway, but they are going to treat them differently. One thing that they're also going to do that I found in narcissism is that when you break up, discard that narcissist, that child, that relationship with the child, it's basically going to go through the exact same thing, because the narc is going to alienate that child. The narc has a very unique relationship with the children. The narc makes it clear without saying a lot of things. They do things with the child that they don't necessarily say. They do it with actions and motions, and they also do it with anger and happiness. When they're grooming a child, the narcissist will groom the child by manipulating the child. They will show, they won't necessarily say it all the time, even though they will say it, but the way they originally started is they'll let the child know that they're not pleased with that child when the child is a little too happy about something the other parent has done for them, or is doing. You know, like, let's say your child comes running home and, mommy bought me some new shoes. And they're just happy, and the father, if it's the father, if the father's the narcissist, the father would just kind of like, they'll just let the child know, like, through facial expressions, that they're not really pleased about it. And see, that's how they condition the child. Early on, they condition the child to not act too happy about things that the other parent is doing. Now, later on, as the child grows up, they just they make it crystal clear that they do not like the other parent. They make it clear that they don't like the other parent. And they openly are going to speak against the other parent. And they're going to try to get that child to be on that exact same team. Like, they don't want the child, let's say, for instance, if you have a visitation order or something like that in place, they're not going to want that child to want to visit you. So they're going to make the child feel uncomfortable, when it's their turn to come visit you. They're going to let the child see that you're very displeased. That parent is very displeased that the child is going over to visit the other parent. And they will help. They will try to, manufacture something to, stop the child from from even going. They will definitely stop the child from going. And then also, I'm gonna get to another part in this, which is the combat that you're gonna have, once you start the proceedings and you're going to court and stuff like that. When you go to court and, you go for visitation and you're going for support and all of that, if that parent is a narcissist, that parent doesn't care. Let's say if the mother was a narcissist, that mother doesn't care about that court order for real. She's going to get her support, and she still isn't going to let the father see the child. She's not going to let him say, she's going to say, so what? She doesn't care about that court order. And the father's going to find himself continually going back, doing that all over again. And even on the other side of things, the father, if he's a narc, a lot of times they won't even be bothered. They won't even be bothered with their child. They'll just they think they're punishing the mother by ignoring their child. They think they're hurting the mother, as long as they don't say anything, they don't visit or anything like that. They just have the I don't care attitude, But, you already know those are the situations that, you require to have a meeting place, a police escort. You don't be surprised if, you're co-parenting with a narc and you need a police escort every time that you interact with that other parent. It's just like breaking up with the narcissist. Just as the narcissist, a lot of times they love that drama. They love, putting you in a situation where there's always police activity in your home, near your home. Something crazy's going around. That's how they keep the craziness going. They get to keep the police coming, and then see, when they bring the children in it, they know that you don't want the police. It always looking like a crime scene every time they come around. See, the narcissist is an expert, again, at drama, confusion, that setting up an arranged crazy situation. They live for that. And they always want to make it seem like the other parent is doing this or doing that, and that's why it looks crazy. But at the end of the day, the narcissist is going to manufacture the craziness. They're always thinking, they're always plotting on different things that they can do, how they can put the child against the other parent in court. They love that. They love that. If they can get the child to testify against the other parent, and I'm saying this, I realize that in some cases, you have certain kinds of abuse going on. So a child is going to have to testify. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the parent that manufactures craziness just to because they love the drama. That's what I'm talking about. The parent that, you got to go get a police escort to take you to that house to just pick up your child, just to get your visit. That's what I'm talking about, because if the police aren't there, they will not let you see your child. They'll do things like you go to the door, knock on the door to pick your child up. They'll come to the door and say, hey, they're not here. They're not here right now. And I don't know when they'll be back. The narcissist parent is going to do stuff like that. They're going to send you on wild goose chases. The narcissistic parent, they're the ones who are going to, just take the things that you purchased for the child and destroy them or give them away or something like that, just because you bought them, just to keep something crazy going. Because again, it's not about the child. It's about hurting the other parent to a narcissist. And if you're in a situation where, you're trying to co-parent and you feel like, hey, most people think about this. Most people believe that, okay, we're not together. Empaths think like this. We're not together, but we still have a child. We still have to co-parent together. So can we at least not have this crazy atmosphere going on around the child. Well, the narc doesn't care about that. The narc doesn't care about that. All the narc thinking about is, hey man, look here. This is another opportunity for me to put on my crazy show, for me to manipulate, for me to keep a whole bunch of drama going, and they're gonna do it. They're gonna do it. They're gonna do it. I mean, I've seen a narcissist do some incredibly low life things, to the other parent, and to the child. They will show out in front of the child's friends. I've seen a narcissist go directly in front of her son's friends. No panties on and a t-shirt. Just to seek attention. Just to get attention. They're foul. They're absolutely dirty. I mean, these are some foul people. And they do some foul things. And they do things like that just for the attention, just for the adrenaline, just to show you that they have no low. There's nothing too low for them. You saw it in the Jada and Will situation where she went after her son's friend. I've seen that in real life myself. They have no cares, people. I know one story that was told to me about a mother that got butt naked in front of her daughter's boyfriend. Butt naked. Answered the door butt naked and invited him in. People, the narcissist is absolutely your worst nightmare. They have no, they're good. And another thing about them is that you're going to find, as you study in this and as you're traveling through this movement and you learn different things, you're going to always see that everybody has a story that's absolutely bonkers. Like nobody would believe that people actually do this in real life. That's the narc. That's the narc, people. And if you unfortunately have to raise a child, co-parent with one of these things, honestly, I feel for you. And I feel for you because it's just a horrible situation. It's a horrible situation. You got to sit here and you got to do all of these things with this other parent, and you're just trying to walk it, trying to go through it, trying to get this person to act like a human being. And they're going to do everything in their power to not be one. Then they're going to show you that you picked the wrong one. They're going to show you every day you picked the wrong one. And that's part of the reason why it's hard to get rid of them sometimes, because you're in such disbelief of how wretched, how terrible this person really is, and you can't believe it. You can't believe it. And a lot of times that's what holds you there, for long periods of times. You just cannot believe that you have been dealing with this person who is this kind of low life for this long. Yes, indeed, people. It is a horrible lesson to learn when you're dealing with a narcissist. It's a horrible lesson to learn. And then, in dealing with a child, you got things that come up like education. The narc does not care. They do not care. They don't care about the education, because really with the child, that child is really, to them, they're like, I'm just using this child to abuse you. I'm just triangulation, that's all. That's all it's about. And then, see, this is another thing. See, a narcissist looks at bearing children or fathering children like this. if the narcissist cannot destroy the other parent, and they came to destroy you, but if they cannot for some reason destroy you, the narcs, at that point, they're saying, okay, I didn't get you, but I'm going to get that child. I'm going to destroy that child. I'm going to turn that child against the other parent. They don't have any cut cards about it. They're going to lie, tell the child all kinds of lies. They're going to manufacture evidence to make it look a certain way. But they are the lowest, dirtiest. And that's why people, when we talk about how, I know when I talk about how a narcissist is never in a stage of happiness. They're always in a perpetual stage of unrest, of being uncomfortable, of always feeling, that karma coming back on them. You guys who worrying about that karma, I'm going to do a video about the karma, to really I'm going to break it down for you, in levels so that you can kind of understand why that narc is never happy. They're never, and you can't make them happy. And if you think that like financial gain makes them happy, you're wrong. There's nothing that can make a narcissist happy. They can be satisfied. Now, one thing that will satisfy a narcissist is if they destroy you. They can be satisfied, but happy, no, that's not an emotion that, I don't even know if they like that emotion. I don't know. You have to be one to know. But yeah, people, they will definitely they're definitely going to try to have a child with you because they want that tie to you. They know that they're going to wear you out to a point where you're eventually going to leave them and cut them completely off. But as long as they have a child, they feel like, hey, you're going to be normal. You're going to want to co-parent. I don't care if you try to co-parent with one of those things. You cannot do it. You cannot. If it requires peace, you're not going to have it with that narcissist. They just don't do it that way. Okay, guys, that's my video. Listen, I want you to like, share, subscribe, comment. Please go into the comments. Let everybody know what it's like co-parenting with a narcissist. Woo, this is going to be interesting. Okay, so guys, for you guys who have not made it into my Facebook group, it is called Narcissist Anonymous 101, the Empath Tribe. Beautiful things going on in there. It's a whole different world than with this craziness that you're dealing with out here in everyday life. Okay? I'm not going to say it's without flaw. It is a beautiful place, though. You're going to love it. Also, if you want to reach out to me for some individual coaching, you absolutely can get on my calendar. Just go to my Facebook and message me. Same name, same title, message me, and I will set up your appointment, or I will send you my calendar so that you can set it up. I think my calendar is in my link. I have to check it again. All right, so there you go, people. Till the next video. Thank you.